Hello everybody and welcome to another Worldbox video. So today we are playing on this large map, and then on top of that I will be rolling the wheel every 20 years in game to give them either something minorly good, minorly bad, and then there's also a couple of really good, really bad options sparsely put in there. With that said, let's get this going. Okay, now that that is done, let's go ahead. We'll say year 75 will be the first year that we do a random spin. And most of these are good things, so hopefully one doesn't just get nuked right off the bat, but we'll see. Elves! Let's spin this guy. Wow, they got lucky. They almost got cursed. Instead, they get some ore deposits. And we'll put these right over here. Plenty of ore for them. And let's keep it going. I'm just gonna sonic speed through this first part because there probably won't be any wars or anything like that. Looks like the orcs are off to a good start on their population, which is actually surprising because I gave them the tougher area. Roll number 2, and the dwarves are just so far behind. Okay, let's hope to get something good for the dwarves here, get them back in the game. No! I'm giving the dwarves a curse. They're getting cursed. That's all there is to it. And normally I just curse a portion of them, but because the population is so small, I'm cursing all of them. I don't think their children will be cursed, but these guys are. They're going to have a really hard time. There we go, year 110. And I know this always starts off with a lot of just rolling on these ones. That's just the way it goes because there's not much going on yet. We're just sonic speeding through. Elves get one again. And let's go ahead and see what they get. Fruit bushes. That's actually probably gonna help them a lot. So let's get them some fruit bushes because I don't think there's that much food in the icy areas. Oh, I can't put it here. Interesting. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We will give them this plain soil here, and then we will put grass on it. Just regular old grass, and then just a whole bunch of fruit right there for them. Looks like the dwarves are kind of catching up now. Wow, they just lost a village to like a bear over here. Very, very intelligent of them. So far, the orcs look like they're doing the best by far, and that is not a good sign because the orcs practically always win. Oh, the elves and the... Oh my god, everyone's fighting the orcs. Let's see what's going on here. The dwarves are going out to fight. I think it's everyone versus the orcs. That is actually a good idea on their part, but the orcs, they have this strong army over here. Yeah, they're really pushing the orcs back though, and this is such a large army right here. Beat them up. Push them back. I want to see an actual game today, not a game where the orcs just steamroll everyone else again. Team up on them early, put them back. Wow, are the orcs still winning this with all 3 of the other nations attacking them? No, it doesn't really look like they're winning this because they're not taking out any of the other nations, but maybe they will. There's just a couple of these soldiers over here taking out like houses and stuff. What's happening over here? Looks like the orcs got a couple soldiers in the dwarfs land though, but they are still attacking, and the elves just do not have much of their armies in this is the thing. So I think really what this is doing is making it so the elves are going to win. Maybe the snowy areas were better than I thought they were. Then again, the elves did get that big berry bush boost. There we go, now the elves showed up with a fairly large army, and they're taking out some houses of the orcs and stuff like that, and the orcs all have their armies at the bottom, it seems. Or they just really don't have much of an army anymore. The elves are kind of fighting their tiny one over here. And the orcs repelled them over here, but they broke a house and some stuff there, and they stopped them from expanding. And the orcs are just annihilating the dwarves over here. The dwarves just are not that strong, and they were a bit behind to start with. It's not like the dwarves aren't fighting back at all. They just are not having a good time today. They are taking the full brunt of this 3-person war against these guys. Actually, it seems the war has just turned into a war between the dwarves and the orcs, I think. So these 2 nations are gonna just keep getting stronger and stronger while these guys fight each other forever. Or maybe the orcs just completely wipe them out right here. Okay, the dwarves got a significant army there. It's not anything like super tiny. And let's see what these guys got. These guys are fighting with sticks. And they're sending another army in. And I think the dwarves are losing population while the orcs are technically gaining. But these two nations up here are gaining like crazy. Okay, it's time for another spin. Orcs, okay. Let's see what they get. Silver. I don't think this one impacts the game too much, but they could have gotten nuked right there, so they're gonna be happy with this. There they go, a bunch of silver, and we'll see what happens over here. It looks like the dwarves did come up with a bit more of an army this time, which is good, because they can repel these attacks. And it looks like he's planning some peace over here, which would be smart, because otherwise these other two nations are just going to absolutely annihilate them. It looks like the orcs have not brokered a peace deal with them yet, though, which is not good. But they do have quite the large army over here. I don't think their houses are gonna go, but they're gonna lose some population still to these orcs. And there goes the war. But the elves have decided, okay, let's get rid of these dwarves. Let's open up some land for ourselves, and we'll team up with the humans to do it and split it with them. That's some tactics right there, and there's no way the dwarves live this unless this war just ends immediately. And here go the dwarves, always losing. I think that's it for the dwarves. Yeah, I think they're gone. They just wanted to free up some space, you know, get some space in the middle, and then we're good to go. Okay, let's sonic speed this again. And the elves are snapping up a majority of the land here. And it looks like the humans are wanting to fight, and they want to fight with the orcs. That just is not the right plan right now, guys. Like, yes, you'll probably defeat the orcs in battle. You guys have so many more people, but this just is not going to go well for you. Wow, actually, they're losing to the orcs in battle, even though their population was almost twice as much. Really bad idea, then. Really just goes to show how strong the orcs are. Ridiculously so. And it is time for another spin. And there are no more dwarves, so we gotta remove this one. Orcs. Oh boy. And we're not going to do the Tsar Bomba, we're just going to be a regular atomic bomb. And we are going to do it right at the heart of their village, because otherwise I just don't think I'm using this one right. So let's do it. And they're gone. I probably should have set the brush size to like as small as possible, but oh well. They were supposed to get nuked, right? I still think they're gonna win this war against the humans at this point. They have so many armies in their land, and the humans' armies are just worthless. And this is funny, the orcs had all that ore, and they haven't used like any of it, despite mining all of it. And they're just tearing into these humans, which I think means the elves are just going to automatically win this. But we'll have to see. Those orcs really did get set back there with that nuke. Their population will not increase very fast. Maybe the humans will stop here, have a much better idea, come together and try and fight the elves together, but even if they did that, I think they'd lose. And the elves are moving their army right up to the border. This is not good for the humans, not good for the orcs. It does look like the orcs are rebuilding fairly quickly, but this just is not good for them. Anytime they're fighting, they're losing population because they're getting their people hurt. Even losing soldiers, just, you get set back so much. Ooh, and they set the humans' farms on fire. Like, you'd think the humans would decide, okay, let's stop. Looks like this guy wants to make them stop, but they haven't decided to yet. And the elves are already coming in and scooping up the land. Come on, humans, take the peace treaty. He's offered you a peace treaty, take it. He's literally in your land destroying you. Yes, there you go. Peace treaty accepted. Now you're only going to lose to the elves a little quick. Just look at this, they already got like a thriving village over here. The elves do. And now the elves want to fight, it looks like. Oh, and they want to fight with the orcs. I think the orcs are done for. Yeah, just look at the size of those armies. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And the elves have bows and stuff, so I can just long range these guys. They're barely taking any damage. The humans are trying to rebuild in the meantime, but part of their land was taken by these elves, and they do not want to get in a tussle with them. Time for another roll. I turned off nuke, but I'm going to turn it back on just as an option, because I think that could bring back this for the other guys, but it is just one option here. I'm not going to make it like 10 options or anything. Humans. Get mithril. Okay, let's give the humans a bit of mithril. At least they did not get nuked. That's all I can say. Okay, let's go back to this war over here. Yeah, they're still just bowing them down, and really there's no feasible way for the orcs to build an army this large. I would think there's probably a good 150 elves here just in these armies, and the orcs have 200 population. They need some of those people to be farming and stuff. I can't have them all be soldiers. And the elves have even more armies than this. If they even tried to get back and fight against this, they couldn't do anything. Oh, and look, they got a giant here. He's gonna come in and take him down. And the orcs just have no chance here. And they're taking out their boats, and they took their farms. What are they even supposed to do at this point? And they're fighting them on top as well, which honestly is probably their best bet. Keep your soldiers away from their big army, because their big army would just instantly kill them. Oh, it looks like their army's going back. Are they regrouping? Are they deciding to do peace stuff? What's happening here? Looks like they're deciding on peace. He has offered a peace treaty? Orcs, take that. You definitely want to take that. If you don't take that, you will perish. Ah, they just swapped kings. He's gotta make a decision here. Decide on peace, man. They're sending like 1,000 soldiers your way. Decide on peace. If they start a war again, they're just absolutely done for. It's time for another wheel spin. Humans. Adamantite. And for the next wheel spin, I'm going to add one more in here, dragon. Okay, let's keep going. And there we go, another wheel spin time. Humans again. They get a grenade. And this does not mean they get a grenade as a weapon, it means I bomb them. But it won't be so bad. We'll use this guy. And we'll see if he lives that. And looks like their king is just fine. Yes, that really didn't do anything to them at this point. Early on it can do quite a bit of damage, but just doesn't do much at this point. I'm surprised the elves haven't decided to just kill everyone yet. I guess I still have land to expand into. Oh, spoke too soon. They're deciding on it right now. And here they go. They decided, hey, let's take out these humans. They're right in the middle of all our land here. Let's take them out. And they're almost exterminated already. And there go the humans. They are gone already. Oh, I think we go back to Sonic speed then. It was that simple. Time for another wheel spin. And now the humans are gone. Orcs. Oh boy. Dragon. And I'm gonna be kind of nice to them. I'm gonna put it right on the edge of their territory so it has a chance of attacking the elves. But these guys are done for. Okay, and it flew right over the elves. So good luck for the orcs there. But is a dragon even going to be strong enough to do anything against these guys at this point? And the giant killed him, as to be expected. The giant killed him. He died. I think he died. Yeah, I think he died from the after explosion, so they do not get the Dragon Slayer trait. A giant with Dragon Slayer, oh boy. He'd be strong enough to go take him out all by himself. Let's see how this goes. Okay, these guys should be done for here. Elves have decided this has gone on for too long. Sending the armies, like 1,000-person armies. And the orcs are gonna try to repel them, but they just ain't doing it. Let's see what gear these guys have. Just like wood bows. Nothing, literally barehanded. Why do they never develop actual weapons? What is the deal? And they're just coming in here destroying everything. And they're killing them for the realest time. And I think there's probably still a couple more on these boats, but that's it. Okay, they finished it. They killed everyone. And that is it. The elves have won on the map. I think I underestimated how strong the snowy patches would be. So if you liked this video, please make certain to subscribe. That would help me out a ton, as I am a relatively new channel. Thanks, guys. See ya.